Hello everyone, my name is Shamira, aka Mimi. If you are new, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. You guys, today is Soulful Sunday. But first, before I start, I'd like to thank those of you who came out to support Heavenly, who came out to celebrate the Day of Love. Okay, Valentine's Day with us yesterday. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, so you guys, let's get straight into the topic. I will pull from the deck, a Heal Yourself deck, but first the topic is about abuse in the family. I know some of you guys may feel a little uncomfortable with this subject because it circles around the hidden secrets of families, okay? And sometimes families can hold a lot of secrets that they do not want to share with the world, okay? So they can sometimes try to pretend like it doesn't exist or it's not going on, or sometimes turn an eye, okay, turn a blind eye to abuse within the family. They'll sometimes um, protect the abuser, okay, instead of addressing the abuser and protecting the abused. All right. And specifically, this is child abuse, okay? Sometimes when children are being abused in some way, it doesn't always have to be sexual, but in most cases, it leads to mental, emotional abuse, verbal abuse sometimes, physical abuse where the child is being beat and hurt, and also sexual abuse where the child is being coerced to do things, okay, that damages their innocence in some way, okay, takes from them, where the child is forced to endure those things and tolerate those things out of fear and not go seek help because they've been threatened in some way, not to seek that help. So if some of you guys know that you have abusive relatives, like I know this might sound really far, like this might sound really out there, okay? And it's nothing to laugh about, but I do feel like there's always that one relative in you guys' family, whether it be an uncle or sometimes a weird auntie, okay? Even a daddy or granddaddy who uh you hear relatives like, okay, Uncle Pete coming over or Uncle John coming over. Make sure you wear presentable clothes. Make sure you wear pants because he's a little funny. No, he's a child molester. Okay, he's a pedophile. Let's be honest. We should be, as adults, protecting these children. Okay, protecting their innocence and addressing these abusers. Okay, addressing these people in our family that makes it clear that they're not really all the way there. Okay, so if you have that relative, that uncle, that cousin, okay, that auntie, that brother, that sister, that father, that grandfather, that is not to be trusted, please try to talk about those issues amongst the family, okay? Because it's nothing like allowing an abuser to just go run loose and make up excuses that, oh, they've been abused, or they don't really mean it, he's just not right in the head, or don't make excuses for the abusers. Address the abusers, okay? Address their behavior. Let them know that the behavior is not accepted, um, because it does destroy in some way the family dynamic. It does destroy trust within that family, okay? It destroys the foundation in that family. If you do not have trust within your family, you do not have clear communication, there's no safety within the family system, and that family foundation is already broken because it's going to be a lot of suspicions, okay, trust issues, and a lot of discomfort, okay, that leads to a lot of disagreements. Some people are like, no, but sometimes we don't want to make a person feel worse than what they are probably going through right now. I've heard some people even say, or make up the excuse for taking up for the abuser that they've been abused too. Yeah, they've been abused, but if they've been abused, try getting them some help. Okay, try going with that person to get therapy, or suggesting that the person get therapy, but don't just allow them to run loose through the family, abusing other family members, specifically children, because they've been abused. Okay, someone needs to hear that, because I know personally a lot of people who to this day refuse to acknowledge there is some sort of abuse going on in the family. Okay, it's like uncles, cousins, and things who've been touched. Okay, who've been abused, who've been mentally, psychologically abused in their childhood, who are unchecked. Okay, they're unbalanced, unchecked, and they go along in the family. And that family dynamic, they look for victims, okay, to exact their anger and their distorted behavior out on, okay, the fantasies, whatever reason they are doing it, they exact it out on children because children are a little more easier, okay, innocent. They're like a blank canvas, easier to corrupt and control. Okay, and that is a really sick thing, but it goes on in families, and I just don't like that people like to turn a blind eye and try to make it seem like it's not going on. That destroys children. It destroys children where it leads them to do the exact same thing onto other people. The cycle continues. So if you know you have that family member, please get that family member some help. Um, and yeah, and protect your children. Keep that person away from your children and explain to your children if they're at a age, they can properly comprehend what you're saying. Okay, they can comprehend the situation. Allow them to know these things because you do not want to allow a child to be completely open and vulnerable with a certain relative, knowing that relative not does not have their safety and their best interest in mind. Okay, you're putting setting that child up for uh, abuse, to be violated. You're just throwing them out there and not informing them on the dangers of certain family members and also strangers. Okay, strangers, family, friends, and things like that. Um, your child doesn't know your friend, so I'm pretty sure children pick up on a lot of things, a lot of energies on other people. If your child doesn't like a particular person, don't force that child to speak to that person, to um, be vulnerable with that person, to be open with that person. That child can feel their energy, okay? That child may know something that you don't know. So just because you are friends with a certain person and they're friends with the family, it doesn't mean they can be fully trusted around your children, okay? All right. And when your children are coming to you telling you that I don't like this person, don't brush that stuff off. Don't just, shoo your child away like you're just being funny. You're funny acting. No, your child doesn't want to deal with that person, and the child doesn't want to deal with that person for a reason, okay? All right, because I've seen friends who pretend to like children, to love children. When you turn your back and when you leave them alone with your children, they're abusing your children. I mean, smacking them, pushing them, threatening them. Um, and in some cases, unfortunately, sexually abusing those children. Like I said, you really have to teach your children about the dangers of the world, of people, and how their mind is, and that every adult doesn't have their best interests at heart, okay, or best interest in mind. They're not looking out for them. They're looking to I don't know, live out some type of fantasy or take out some sort of control. I don't want another human being. Please inform your children about the dangers of, yeah, stranger danger, and also of trusting the wrong people. Okay. And this goes for their friends too. I've seen some things on my timeline, on my social media timeline about children not only learning things from the world, from, social media, from YouTube, and things like that, TikTok, inappropriate things that can kind of destroy their innocence and their optimistic and their optimistic view and perspective of the world. Okay, can sometimes be a little shattered by the things that they're introduced to. You cannot protect your child from everything, but the things that you can protect your child from, please protect your child from those things. Don't be afraid. Don't say, "Oh my gosh, they're not old enough." If they can comprehend music videos, they can comprehend lyrics, they can comprehend a lot of work in school. They can definitely comprehend what you guys are teaching them about these things, about life. Okay, some of these things are not taught in school. Okay, so it's up to us parents, up to us adults. Okay, those of us who are advocating for these children. It's up to us to inform these children on these things, okay? Some of their friends can be introduced to a lot of crazy things, and they can try to introduce that thing to your child, okay? Your child picks up on peer pressure, things from school, even at a young age, even at the age of 4, pre-K, kindergarten. My son even comes home every day learning something new, and I'm like, no, I want to protect him so much from these things and tell him, no, that's not what some of the things that you're learning from these children. That's not what it is. But it's like once your child learns something, they can't unlearn it. Okay, it's going to be stuck in their mind at that age. 4, 5, 6. They're soaking up everything. They're like sponges. So you do have to be careful um, about what you are allowing your child to absorb, and also who you are allowing around your child. Okay, even other children. Um, and I know my sisters might get mad, but some of my sisters' children, some of my nieces and nephews know way more, than my son. I mean, how the world works, the dark side of the world and things like that. And they can sometimes tell him things that I wasn't ready to introduce to him yet. But it happens, and I have to explain to him like that's sometimes that's just the way things are. Um, and I do feel like at some age, they are a little too young to know certain things because. Um, in some way it kind of forces them to develop fears and a negative perspective about the world. It makes them afraid to live. But anyway, like I said, please, you guys, if you are dealing with or facing some sort of abuse, your child has been introduced to some sort of abuse by a family member, please address it as soon as possible. Take that child seriously and really listen to that child, because children don't lie about things like that, okay? So don't turn a blind eye. Don't pretend like it's not happening. Don't protect the person the person who is acting the abuse. Just do what you know is right, okay? In your heart, you kind of know what is right and what is wrong. And hopefully some of you guys can do what's right to protect future family members, protect other people, okay? Because I'm hearing that some people who do it to family, they are they're not going to shy away from doing it from strangers, okay? So you're not only protecting your family and your youngsters and things like that, but you're protecting other people too, okay? And I do believe it is our duty to do that. As humans, we have to look out for each other, not just the blood family that we were born into, but other people, because we in some way still need each other to thrive and to survive. So if you guys got something from this message today, um, take it, soak it in, help someone, okay? And if you guys didn't, leave it. Okay, it is what it is. Thank you guys for vibing with me, for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a beautiful, beautiful, soulful Sunday. Bye.